Tensions are rising between the Ottomans and the Greeks as the Greeks fight for their independence. This is Abraham Lincoln.
And I'm Cleopatra.
And you are watching Felikiataria News, where you can get all of your underground Greek war updates.
Good afternoon. The Greeks are fighting for independence. They have had successful riots in the past, but none have resulted in a war as they had hoped.
I'm here at the Constantinople massacre in 1821. The Ottomans have fought back against the Greeks, and in what seems to be becoming a massacre, behind me you can see the city on fire, churches on fire, homes are on fire, and it seems like people are getting mugged and robbed. It is a horrible massacre, and it could be horrible for the people. Muggings and robbings are happening. No. Okay, things are becoming more violent. I fear for my life. There's heavy losses on both sides. I'm hiding right now, but it seems like things are not doing good. I fear for my life. I've seen people hanged. I found my clipboard, but it seems like things are going off script. I fear for my life. I've seen people hanged. I've seen women and children killed. I don't know if I'm going to get out of this alive.
And only 100 years ago did our very people of Russia disappoint the Greeks by not providing the soldiers that we had promised. Now they violently distrust us.
But more on that later. Right now, in the field, we have Tinkerbell here with the important Greek politician. To you, Tinkerbell.
Thank you, Cleopatra. I'm here today with Petra Mavromichalis. Petra, why did you decide to gather all the Maniots here today?
Yeah, so I started to recognize that the Maniots are becoming a real threat to the Ottomans. So I decided to use that in my advantage in the first steps towards freedom. My men and I are ready for whatever the Ottomans have to throw at us.
And what are your strategies with that?
Well, it all depends on well-trained troops. I can't say too much, but my men and I are planning on marching to Kalmata and taking that city. Freedom or death.
All right, thank you for your time, and may God be with you and your men. That was Petra Mavromichalis fighting for what he thinks is right. Back to you.
Next, we have an interview with an Ottoman noblewoman.
I'm here with Dorothy, a noble Ottoman woman, in her shop. Can you tell me a little bit about what you sell?
Well, I spend most of my time making jewelry here. But on the weekends, I like to go with my husband down to the local town meetings to discuss what those awful Greeks are doing. Rebelling. Thinking they have rights. The nerve.
Your women are allowed to attend meetings?
But of course. But sometimes they can get really boring. So I like to flirt with some of the officials that come in. There's some hot ones coming into those meetings.
How does your husband feel about that?
He gets upset, but he can't leave me. I'm the best thing that's ever happened to him. But anyway, the other day, there was this man that came in with the biggest butt.
We're sorry for the interruption in the last interview. That just shows how bad the riots are getting. We decided to let Dorothy recuperate in the comfort of her own home, but we found a Grecian noblewoman whose name is Bertha, and we decided to interview her. How are you, Bertha?
Oh my, no one's asked how I'm doing in years. Well, I'm pretty good. In my free time, I sew clothes for my whole family, and I manage all the household chores while taking care of my 12 children, with more on the way. Hopefully this next one's a boy. Otherwise, my husband will leave me.
That's awful.
Well, that's... I guess another one bites the dust. It's fine. My husband won't even notice, and people's children die all the time these days.
Anyway, back to you in the studio.
Wow, hope they're okay. Next, we have a clip from the nation address the Ottoman Sultan Mahmud II gave just last night.
The Greek riots have exposed a few weaknesses in our kingdom, and therefore I have decided to get rid of the Janissary Corps and our elite standing army and the military fiefs granted to the Ottoman soldiers. I will then raise a new army, specially trained by the German instructors. I've also decided to appoint a cabinet filled with my most trusted advisors.
Next up on tonight's update in Flikiataria News is an interviewer with one of your Greek neighbors, discussing the reasons for this fight for independence.
Hi, we're on a farm of a Greek commoner. What's your name, sir?
My name's Phil.
Can you tell us about why Greece wants independence from the Ottomans?
Yeah, let me lay it out for you. So, we are the Greece people, right? We're living in Greece. It's our country. And then these Ottomans have been in here for so long, acting as if they own us. And they keep taxing us. The taxes are getting so high, I can barely feed my 15 children. I used to have more than that, but they're taking everything from me.
What did they
And my cow died, which is unrelated but very important to me.
What did they take your children for?
Well, I lost my son, and my other son, and my daughter, but they took my son to the army.
And your daughter?
Well, I don't really remember her that well. She didn't mean that much to me, but I think they took her to a harem to serve them or something. But she should be serving me, shouldn't she? She's my daughter. I did all the work. I do all the work
Thank
here.
you, Phil.
Billy, drop it! Back to you. Drop it! No, Billy!
News of our secret society has been leaked! This means war!
Hi, we're on the Navarino Bay on the west coast of the Peloponnese Peninsula. Our Greek soldiers are returning victorious from the 10-month naval Navarino battle. Here's one now. Hello, do you have a moment for questions?
Absolutely.
Who was helping you win this battle against the Turks and Egyptians?
We had the British, the French, and the Russian on our side.
How did you win, even though you were greatly outnumbered?
True, they had more ships than us, but we had the better ships, and we had better weapons along with us.
How many soldiers were lost in this battle?
We lost 700 of our soldiers, but we took 4,000 of theirs.
What does this mean for the rest of the war?
We don't know yet. There have been talks of a treaty, but we don't know where everyone stands on that. For example, the Turks don't know where they stand on that, if they will sign it or not.
Thank you for your time and for your service. You heard it here, folks. Is this the end of the war? Will we gain our independence, or is there still more fighting to come?
Freedom or death!
Finally, Greece was recognized as an independent country with the signing of the Treaty of Constantinople. Here today in the Chickasaw Council House, the treaty to end the Greek Revolution is being signed by Great Britain, France, Russia, and Turkey. This is a historical moment that will be taught in history classes for generations to torture young children.
Today is May 7th, 1832, and today marks the signing of the Treaty of Constantinople.
The treaty says that the Greeks will get independence from the Ottomans.
This day marks a monumental moment in our history.
Thank you for tuning in for all your Greek war updates.
Thank you, and good night.
We are, This battle has now ended after 10 months of fighting. We are here as the returning Greek soldiers come back from the war.
Today is May 7th, 1832, and today marks the signing of the Treaty of Constantinople.
The treaty gets Greek independence.
Yeah, it does.
Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you, and good night. Oh, it's fine.
Why do you want me
Taxing non-
Oh.
And then my eyes just look.
Oh, it's recording.